What's up, Blobs? What percentage should I save for savings and how much for free spending? It's a really good question, Blobs. There's not a specific number, but at minimum, you want to be putting aside 20%, say for retirement, 20% of your pre tax income, you want to be putting aside for retirement. And then everything else is dependent on what your goals are, right? So, how much do you want to spend on stuff? You should budget for it. That percentage changes because some people like doing a lot of stuff. Some people don't do anything. So it all depends on what you are looking for. If that was you who liked it, thank you so much. So, yeah, the at my highest, I was saving about 50%. Not because I wanted to do stuff, but because I wanted to retire early. Hey, what's up, Joanne? Welcome. Is it Voth or Vath? Ba, 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 ba. What questions you got, Joanne? Ba-do-boo-boo, 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 ba-do-boo-boo. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yo, what's up, Yuck? Yucky Rito, welcome. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. What type of financial advice you give? Well, what do you need? Budgeting, investing, retirement, debt. I do more than that as well, but those are the quick hits for a lot of people in chat. Let's start with how to use debt effectively to grow wealth. Well, most people can't use debt effectively to grow wealth. But let's go. Let's see what your specific question is. But if you just want to know the process, we can go through with that. But I want to save money, but at the end, nothing is left in my pocket. So I want to invest in anything which is safe and I will get high returns. Those two things don't line up, partner. If you are looking for high returns, you have to take high risk. More risk, more potential returns. Less risk, less potential returns. And also, high return is subjective. What do you consider high return? But Yuki, one of the things that, or Yucky, one of the things that people do is they buy a home, live in it, wait for it to appreciate, and then they pull out some of that equity to go and buy another home. It's called being leveraged, but there's a lot of risk with that. How to take calculated risks? It's actually by doing the numbers, right? Because what a lot of people don't realize when they leverage and do the multiple properties thing is that if it doesn't rent for 2 months, they're going to be financially ruined. So you need to have a plan for when it doesn't rent. An emergency fund is, in my opinion, one of the most important things for success. Tell me about making assets. What are things for making assets? You're generally not going to make assets. You could buy assets unless you know how to build homes, things like that. Well, I mean, there's stocks, bonds, real estate, gold, silver. There's all sorts of things that are assets. Oh, what assets to buy? There's not a blanket list of that. It depends on your time horizon and risk tolerance. I would have to know a lot more about you before I could tell you what to buy. So my background is basically in technology. So I build automation systems for business. Can you tell me how? Can you give me some ideas which I can implement, leverage my skill to grow my wealth more? Um, I mean, it really depends on your comfort level. The most common one is real estate. That's the most common one, but it depends on if you want to do that. Like, I hate being a landlord. And I personally don't use leverage debt. I don't like the idea of being heavy into debt. Get rid of them, Luna. Why would you hang on to fake friends? There are literally billions of people on this planet. The group that you call fake friends are unnecessary. What's your go-to proven strategy to grow wealth? Okay. So there's 5 steps to financial success. First is a budget. It's going to sound boring, but it's the most important thing you could do would be to write down every expense that you have and all the income you have. Cut out your wasteful spending. And then really the best thing is save and invest as much as you can. That's it. But if you cut your expenses, save the difference between your income and your expenses, invest properly, you will eventually grow your wealth. How to grow wealth without compromising with expenses. Honestly, I have zero expense right now because I still live with my parents. But still, how to increase income without cutting or compromising on expense. You can't. That's not mathematically possible. The only way to have more to invest is to either cut your expenses or make more income. There are no magic tricks to becoming wealthy. It's about taking your money and buying assets. If you want more money to buy assets, cut your expenses, or increase your income? But you're in a beautiful position right now, being that you live at home. No expenses, free cash flow, baby. Curious to know what business you are involved in. I worked for a company called Vanguard for 13 years, and then I retired. So this is actually what I do now with my time. So my whole thing is helping people get better with their money. That is how I spend my life. What type of work you used to do in Vanguard? Everything. I started off as entry level. I worked with ultra high net worth. I worked with ultra high net worth people. I was a financial advisor. I was a financial advisor manager. I also managed other departments as well. When you were working with ultra net worth people as a financial advisor, what difference did you observe in their mindset? So I wasn't a financial advisor with that group. I just helped them with different stuff with their accounts. Um, but honestly, they're like regular people. But I mean, the biggest thing was how they spent their time. I don't know how to word this. But they're still just regular people. I mean, the most I ever spoke to. Hey, what's up, Luca? Life is good, brother. Life is good. Most of the time, the people I spoke to, Yuki, were you wouldn't be able to tell they were rich just by talking to them. Just regular people. A lot of them are using their money to pursue other money. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Luca. And it's real. I'm a lot bigger today now, no? Oh, wait. You're watching on portrait. Never mind. I look the same. I look the same. But on landscape, I'm much bigger. What do you think of the lights? Thought it was thunder? Lightning and the thunder, thunder, thunder. Feel the thunder. Thanks, Yuki. It's actually bigger than it looks, too. Look at this. Woo! If possible, gradual transition from colors would look better in YouTube, but if not, it's cool. So it reacts to my voice. I can do solid colors. So tell me more about YouTube. What changes for YouTube? I'm going to go see if I got something to drink. I'm going to be right back. Boo! Oh, I see. I meant color gradually fading from one to another would be nicer. All right. It also just flashes. If I don't talk, it just starts flashing. But if I talk, it reacts. It reacts. It might be. Does Goya mean cattle? I mean, I've known some in my personal life. They were cool. I think labeling the whole group for a few, and you can say this about any group, probably not wise. The ones I've had personal relationships with in my life were just regular dudes trying to make their trying to live their life, you know. How do you think I should find out where to invest my money? Well, you got to learn. Uh, so you got to learn about investments first. I mean, you could read about it. Luke is trying to get me flagged. Luke is trying to get me flagged. Um, but I mean, you can watch YouTube videos. You can read a book. It all depends, man. Luca trying to get me in deep trouble. Who owns Google? Credible sources. So what country are you in, Yuki? India? Yeah, see, that's tough. I don't know about any resources there. So working with American companies, everything outside of Argentina is Argentina. Yeah, so you still gotta figure out, Yuki, what you're allowed to invest in, and I don't know enough about the Indian markets to be able to help you out very specifically there. Yuki, why did you delete all your messages, bro? But I'm not India. Yuki, why are you deleting all your messages, bro? What is going on here? I think he's deleting them. He's going one by one through his old chats here. Yuki, what happened, bro? Yo, what's up, Doc? How you been, brother? How have you been? Hey, let's go. It's actually real. It is over 6 feet wide. It's kind of wild, no? I had to make it real. It's almost 4 feet tall. It's 6 feet wide. Almost 24 square feet of banner. I have two of them as well, but this is the one we're going with right now. It either reacts to my voice, Doc. I also have solid lights I could use, but I like the flickering light. It reacts to my voice. When I had a dog, he actually ate quote unquote real food. It's like the bug lights. Yeah, tired of squirrels going under his beard. Fat beard since I was a kid. Man. Yeah, that is probably off the table. The world is a crazy place now. So, in light of current events, you think silver is a good investment? It's interesting. Oh, wait, but then one day he meets a nice singing squirrel and changes his mind about them. Um, it depends because what and how and why are precious metals going to react to what's going on? You know what I mean? Squirrel taught Luke about finances, and then the squirrel died from cancer. The squirrel's last wish was for Luke to give free financial advice to others. So, generally, metals pop when people are worried about currency, devaluation, things like that. Luca, is it your day off, brother? I'm unemployed. How are you spending your time, Luca? Because if you're smoking or eating, that time could be put towards other stuff, you know? Wow. All right, Doc. Wait, Doc, was that you or was that someone else who said they had a ton of copper? I don't stash copper. Freelancing, but it's not always going well, so I have times. Okay. I need to buy some to prepare for the home repairs I told you about a month ago. Yeah. Man, a kilogram of silver, right? Doc is a modern day pirate. Arr, he be burying his treasure. Princess to be able to breathe fire. With your hands, go to the nearest metal machining shop. Tell them you will work for free. In return, they teach you the craft. Hey, look at that. Doc's got it. Doc's got the insight. You know, shape of cut metals in all sorts of ways. Hi, financially unstable times you're in, sir. Good time to invest in the market, sir. Well, this all depends on how you look at it, medium. If you're investing for the short term, it's actually very difficult to know if you should buy now or later because markets may go down in the short term. But if you're talking about, an investment for 30 years from now, I'm of the type it's almost always a good time to invest depending on what you're investing in. Man, how cool would it be if I'm watching in real time Luca move into the next phase of his life. He's going to be a metal machinist. Software developed already. What would be your opinion on that? Since I know enough about it to make money, wouldn't it make sense to focus on that? So, like Medium, I haven't even looked at the markets today. I don't know if they're down or up. I know they're down from all-time highs, but let's take a look. I mean, Luca, you want to use your skills and abilities to make money. Okay, markets are down, pretty decent. Gold is down. Everything is down. Very interesting. Gold is down, silver is down, copper is down. Four and a half years. Are sites like Fiverr good for you, Luca, and what you do? Electronic and telecommunication engineering degree. Worked as a contractor, maintenance engineer for 3 years. I got sick of it and opened a car repair shop. Make way more. Yeah, let's go, Doc. Fiverr, but it's not enough. So I'm next contacting German companies. One that I should have a deal of about 100. But at the moment, I'm undercharging just to get credibility. Reword that, Luca. Reword that. You are working at the rate you're working at to build your resume. Man, so that's markets are getting hit. What's weird is the metals markets are being hit right now as well. Oil, I wonder if people are just leaving, excuse me, leaving metals and moving into oil. German companies rarely take any foreigners offshore without B2 language level. Makes sense. Hopefully it's going to be all right. I think toughest for me is to remain clear-headed and stick to it. There's so many mental issues that showed up when I took this risk. That'll happen. Hey, all right. There you go. No, I think it's appreciated, Doc. Lucas seems like a pretty good dude. I'm sure he appreciates it. I appreciate it. Do 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 do. I can't imagine myself debugging another control panel or designing another microwave waveguide circuits. Yeah, you know what's funny? This is totally different, but in the same vein. I loved working for Vanguard, helping the team I managed and clients and stuff like that. But dude, the when you work for a corporation, the other stuff, compliance, HR, the tasks that have to be completed every single month, was like, dude. Hey Doc, can I ask you a question? I'm looking into fairly old vehicles, like 20 years plus, and I'm looking to buy an old Sequoia. What are your thoughts on Sequoias? And if it's not a Sequoia that you like, what is a large vehicle like that that is reliable? Potentially go 500,000 to 1,000,000 miles. Yeah. That's the problem with most jobs. You get to do a little bit of what you love and a lot of what someone else. Yes, that's the issue. If I try to switch it to something else, I'm a bit afraid it might not be very interesting. Yeah. That's where if you could find the beauty in the actual work that you do, then it turns even the mundane stuff okay. But there are certain things that no matter how much I tried to dress them up in my head, it didn't matter. Oh, I got to fill out this form. I got to do this report. Hey, me too, Luca. Me too. I honestly thought by now I'd be helping a lot more people. So, like, if I'm being real, I have not accomplished my goals with Free Advice Guy, unfortunately. Not yet, at least. Skoda, I don't know if I spelled it right. Is a fancy forerunner, but it's built on a good platform. But you will eventually run into electrical headaches down the road before coming near mechanical. Yeah, YouTube is a tough place to be until you figure it out. Lots of little things can take up years. Yeah. I thought I'd be getting at least slightly more views than I've been getting. I don't know, man. I got to figure it out. I might abandon the whole online thing altogether and just go locally for financial literacy. But this is enjoyable. All right, like these conversations with you guys, learning about this stuff is fun. I enjoy it. So the '01 to '07 Sequoias, I'm pretty sure you did spell that correctly, by the way, are known for not having many issues at all. That's what's exciting about it for me. Want something that can actually do 1,000,000 miles? It's a diesel route for you? Okay, a diesel engine. I like it. Yeah. So, Luca, this past weekend, I actually shot educational videos. We did one on buying Bitcoin, buying gold, and whether you should buy a new or a used vehicle. I can't believe we totally forgot to record one on paying down debt. Avalanche versus snowball method. So, meh. All right, I'm going to go finish making my drink. I know that sounds weird, but it's electrolytes, and I got to blend it. Be right back. And we're back. Yeah. The man on the street stuff is not hitting. So now we're trying the educational videos. We've tried different thumbnails. We unlisted a lot of our videos, but It's really just about trying to see what works, learning and researching, slowly getting better at it. Yeah. At some point, content might not be it. So, Twitch is really hard to be discovered on. Really hard. I get more traction with my gaming streams at night on Twitch than I do doing this during the day. But I guess there's no negative to doing this on Twitch as well, but they don't really make it easy. I haven't tried the podcast route because I honestly don't know what to talk about on a daily basis. I don't know how to just talk about stuff for an hour. I prefer answering questions and talking about things like that. What your favorite threshold would be, at which point you'd give up. So I'm never going to give up this. The next thing that we're actually going to do is move towards local. Like, I made a couple of connections. I'm actually going to a meeting tonight to introduce myself to a group. And then I have another, I'm working with 2 groups right now. But essentially, once I can get some public speaking under my belt, last thing about the car choice, no gasoline engine lasts 1,000,000 miles without rebuilt at least twice, no matter how good. I'm actually more of a fan of the 04 than the 07. Because the 05, 6, and 7s have more technology, more stuff in them that can break. Yeah, that could definitely be it, Luca. But there are what I don't think I'm being mixed in with all the other finance guys. Because right, like there are millions of people who gobble up financial stuff all the time, and I'm not getting exposed to any of them. I don't know how to crack into that field. No matter what hashtags I use, descriptions I use, things like that, it just doesn't do it, man. It just doesn't do it. Ooh. Yeah, I like that a lot. It's actually a really good idea. It would be. I love the idea there, Luca. Because it's an interesting story in someone's life, then it's interesting to watch, even if you're not into it for financial advice. Man, I I dig that a lot. But yes, I don't know how to actually find these people, how to actually do it, how to film it. I have a buddy of mine. We started off as a work relationship, but yeah. So here's the thing, Doc. I've thought about that as well. Yeah, it'd be like a year plus type of show, Luca. Um, but I don't want to. I want to be authentic, Doc, and that's what I worry about most. If I go and I chase these other ideas, I won't be authentically me anymore. Like I've had people who are like, "Oh, you should be mean to the people you talk to." I can't do it. If there are people out there who are looking for what I do, then they'll find me, hopefully. If not, I will fail. So it's tough, man. It's tough. Yeah, let's go, Doc. I just need to find a million people like you who want authentic chill. I like being able to talk to you also. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It's also a skill you develop over time to be more engaging and interesting to listen to, for sure. But see, the information is what I hope is engaging. I've tried to get into the universities. It's tough, man. A lot of these groups, what I found out over the last year and a half is a lot of these groups, they don't want to let new people in. It's tough. I tried to work with the Financial Planning Association at ASU, or Arizona State University, but all of their speaker spots are reserved for the big guys. And I get it. They're looking for places for their people to get hired and all that. Sounds good, Luca. Sounds good. Yeah, what's up, Doc? Hit me with that question. Let's say your stream pulls 1,000 viewers. Ooh, it's exciting and scary at the same time. How can you siphon the floodgates of chat messages to give actual genuine advice? So it would be looking for uh, topics or subjects that are getting asked a lot, right? Because in finance, there's only so many routes you can go, right? How to pay off debt, how to invest, things like that. So they would turn into giving lessons to a broader audience, right? So it would be tough, but it's possible. Yeah, most likely. I mean, it kind of is now. So, like, let's just say 1,000 more people here, and I happen to notice your question. I would answer it specifically. Man, you made me rethink this. I think I am gonna start streaming on Twitch during the day as well. I don't know. Yeah. So it would be still specific to that person, but everybody would hear that response. And in finance, most of the things that are topic driven or specific, I appreciate that, Doc. Most of the people that the principles apply to everybody, right? There's certain things that there's a couple things that are, very specific. Generally, you could do that with shorts if you're going the topic route. Yes. And that's where we're moving with some of our content as well. I'm probably going to call this stream a little bit earlier, Doc, because I got to switch over and do. I got to go to do TikTok as well. And then I'm actually going to go look at a vehicle this afternoon. Thanks, Doc. I appreciate it, brother. Hey, how's Hey, thanks, Luca. I appreciate you guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Normal hours. We'll go for at least 2 hours tomorrow. What's crazy is, Doc, do you remember that last week or the week before? It felt like I had a bunch of people coming in from like India. And for the last few days, nothing. I'm glad you pointed that out. I've read that the if they were in moist or salted areas, you might be cooked. So I will definitely look at the undercarriage. All right, guys. Have a good one. I will catch you tomorrow. I'll probably do a little bit later on the stream tomorrow. I'm going to do TikTok first tomorrow and then YouTube last to see what that does. But I appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.